And guys, let's talk about Nigeria. Let's forget about the things we have read, the things we have heard. Let's talk about the game, the key actors, the footballers. Well, on Monday, France will take on Nigeria, and of course, Germany will take on Algeria. Wow, the two African teams involved, and they're just praying and hoping that the two teams will not be going home that day. But if you want to know whether or not we've beaten France before, we've done that. Yeah. But it was a friendly.
It was not in a competitive game. It was a friendly match.
But we've beaten them.
Sometimes
yes,
2009 and all that.
Okay, today, with what we have, Baba today, Michael, things we hear, he might just not play that game.
I mean, you have a fractured wrist. You're not expected to play.
So, with the personnel and the man behind the players, how far do you think we can go?
Oh, I have to admit that this is probably going to be our toughest game.
Yeah.
In the competition. Forget the fact that we played the 3-2 loss with Argentina. I still think this is our toughest game. France are a team in form. France are a team high on confidence. Yeah. France are a team that realized their problems well before the start of the tournament and dealt with it. So coming into this competition, they are well united. But when you look at Nigeria, players refusing to train over unpaid bonuses and stuff, it's a massive distraction. If you want to know how big a distraction it is, just look at the Ghanaian team. The same way they imploded just before the Portugal game, Cameroon before then. I mean, the Ghanaians, they actually they said they wanted $100,000 per man or nothing. The country had to charter a plane taking $3 million in raw cash to Brazil. The Brazilian government provided them with a bullion van and a police escort. I mean, there were pictures on the internet of players like John Boye kissing their money. I mean, they were like...
I'm looking at the French guys. I'm not scared.
I'm saying...
I'm looking at them.
Look,
they look
there is no
pretty
way,
ordinary to me.
There's no way a team that is divided within itself fighting
united.
Look at this friendship. You just want to look at it, they are fighting over money. Okay. This is a team with a focus. They know exactly what they want to do. They are former world champions. They are very well prepared. They have some of the best players in the world.
Their coach was even there when he was there when they won it in France 98.
Side, I don't know.
It's a difficult call.
Yeah, you seem to concur. I don't know. You seem to agree with everything today.
No, to an extent, I think I have to agree there. But notwithstanding, okay, let's just look at it man for man, coach for coach. Our coach, okay, he's won it before, the Nations Cup, not the World Cup now. Didier Deschamps, he's won the World Cup with France. Now look at the players, like for likes. They have the likes of Karim Benzema, Matuidi, they have Paul Pogba. So it will be my problem now is I'm having a problem with Mikel. He's not really been coming to the party here. He's more or less like being our weakest link here. It will be dependent on how our players really come to the party.
Rise to the occasion.
They just have to rise to the occasion. We shouldn't just say, okay, look at the fact that, okay, we have good attacking play. We have the likes of Akpan, Musa, Emmanuel Emenike, and Osazode Winge. Now they are really exposing the defense line. But for the fact that we played well against Argentina, okay, we won Bosnia. Nobody's really looking at that side now. By the time we lose that game against France, God forbid, then people will start looking at that. But they are really exposing the back four. My problem is still with the midfield. We have a good attack play. Kesh is really trying, but my problem is still with the midfield. They are really exposing the back four.
Sorry to add to what Said said. To stop sounding like a prophet of doom, the truth is, stranger things have happened.
Okay. Exactly.
It is a possibility that we might
beat France.
It is definitely possible.
How minute a possibility it is, I can't tell you. But, I mean, the fact that you can be a contender means you can be a winner. And I've learned one thing, that it is when you write these Super Eagles players off, that is when they produce.
And the fact that they seem to get better.
Shocking results.
Yeah, they seem to get better.
Then in the other game, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to that.
Germany against Algeria.
Yeah.
Interesting fixture. In 1982,
Germany
and Austria conspired to have Algeria eliminated. Yeah. Germany needed just a 1-0 win after being beaten by Algeria 2-1. But West Germany then. They needed just a 1-0 win against Austria. For those who don't know, Austria and Germany are historically close allies. They speak the same language. They have the same culture. So it was more or less a case of brothers playing brothers. And the Germans came up with the exact scoreline that they needed, 1-0. The Algerians protested to the high heavens that it was an accord match, was fixed, but nothing was ever proved. Until that date, that is why they made sure that all the final group games in a group are played simultaneously. That was the genesis of the
we were scared that could happen when the United States took on Germany.
Even in our own group as well. We were expecting that Bosnia would sell out to Iran. So for me, the Algerians are talking very tough, that they have never forgiven or forgotten that incident, and revenge is on their mind. But I think they should just put revenge one side and go out and look for
Play
a
the
good
game.
game
Okay.
against
All right.
probably the best prepared team in the tournament. The Netherlands are a close second, being the second best prepared team, but the Germans, I mean, they've been phenomenal in the way they've gone about their
All right.
their
All right.
duties.
My prayer is that both African teams will not return on Monday. Both African teams will still be in Brazil, and that's a tall order.
And perhaps play in
But
the quarterfinals.
it can happen. Just keep the faith. Surely can happen. Well, we're going to go on a break. That's what we're going to do right now. Hopefully, when we return from that break, our man in Brazil, Tony Bitoy, will be ready for us. So we'll love to hear from him, to hear what's happening in the camp of the Super Eagles. And, of course, we'll also look at some likely scenarios in the games to be played. You've talked about a lot of things not going well in the Super Eagles team, but what are the things we can do? Let's not cry over spilt milk. Let's not talk about players that should be here that are not here. Let's not talk about the ones that are injured. Let's not talk about the ones that are not playing well. What can we do? What can be done?
It's very, very simple. The key thing here is we have to believe we can defeat France. They are beatable.
Okay.
The last time we played them, I think that was in 2009. We won them. Just an international friendly. Patrick Vieira, I think Patrice Evra and all that.
The
The
best
were
players
very
played.
good. They had
Yeah,
the
best players
players and all
played. But
that. Not the same coach. Kanu Wanko was there and all that. But we won them 1-0. But notwithstanding, it was an international friendly. But now looking at that match on Monday, I saw the game against France-Ecuador. Okay, probably you can excuse France there. They had already qualified. Okay, they were looking at the fact that
Their
Ecuador
mindset.
cannot defeat,
Yeah, you understand
defeat
their
them by
mindset.
6 goals to nothing. But now I just want us to work on that midfield. That is still my problem there. The defender, in fact, Yobo has really surprised me in this tournament. And we're really holding his own there. And another problem here is my problem here is with Oshanewa and also Efeambus. They've been trying their best, but they move the ball forward too much. You understand? By the time they try to move forward, the ball
Leave so much space behind
they
them.
leave so much space. You have to consider the fact that Angel Di Maria, in fact, he collected the ball from Oshanewa for more than 5 times. In fact, I counted it there. Even Mascherano, he lost the ball on several occasions. They moved the ball too much. And now you're playing against the likes of Paul Pogba, Benzema, very, very fast. Who doesn't know him? Even Olivier Giroud. So many Arsenal fans might not want to talk about him now. But he's another fantastic player. These guys, they have great guys. Now look at their wings. They have Bakary Sagna, they have Valbuena, they have Debuchy. So you have to understand the fact these guys are very fast.
No, don't tell me their names. I don't need to know about that. But Said, seriously speaking, you've complained about Mikel.
Yeah.
Do you have any other option? With the players there, if for instance, you're Keshi and you feel you're not going to use him, what options do you have?
Good. Like last week now, I talked about that midfielder. If Keshi could be bold enough to drop Moses and start Michael Babatunde, Osaze Odemwingie, Victor Mikelobi and Onazi. He started them and we saw what Michael Babatunde did there. He did very well. Now look at what Uchebo did when he entered. In fact, he played just a few minutes there, but was able to hold his own in the midfield. In fact, he outclassed Mikelobi in the midfield there.
Although I know a lot of people that will not agree with you, but let me allow you to continue.
Okay, no problem then. But he outclassed Mikelobi there. But definitely, he had a sloppy play and all that. But notwithstanding, you cannot compare him to the likes of Mikelobi. But he was able. But no, you have to count the statistics there. He was able to collect, dispossess the ball from
He has long legs.
For more than 5-6 times.
He's been able to cut the pass.
Exactly, and he was even
on many occasions.
He was able to create attack on several occasions there. For Mikelobi, he's played 3 matches now. In fact, he was unable to counter play of what Michael Uchepo did just for a few minutes. He couldn't do that. So if he could take a bold step, perhaps you could definitely want to drop him. But if we could have the likes of Michael Uchepo, they're probably coming in for Michael Babatunde. Or if Victor Moses would be fit that day to play for against France.
Okay.
But one key thing here is if Victor Moses play, let him understand the fact that this is a World Cup and it's a bigger stage. We don't need to start dropping heads down now. When you get the ball, just let the attack immediately. Look at this. Nobody's talking about the second goal. Ahmed Musa scored. Fantastic goal, fantastic counter play. Just before that match, few hours before that match, Di Maria talked about Nigeria's attack play there. They have to be very careful. We have so many great attackers there. Look at the way they did the attack.
And it worked well.
And it worked very well.
Okay.
That is what I expect from Mikelobi. When you hold the ball, you have to create attack very well. You don't have to be so sloppy.
All right.
From there, it downs the morale of the players.
Well, to balance this, I don't agree that one player can be the only problem in a team. But Tunde, what other areas? He's talked about the things we should do. What about the things we should not do on that day?
Okay, that's an excellent question, actually. I think one of the most important things we should not do is to show too much respect to the French.
Yep. Yes.
That is one thing that is going to
Get your fingers
that
burnt.
is going to get us in trouble. Yeah. Secondly, there has to be an increased amount of awareness in the players around our own final third. A lot of the balls that the Argentines got to were 50-50 balls with greater intensity, with greater determination, with greater awareness.
Yeah.
We could have gotten to those balls quicker. For example, Lionel Messi's opening goal. Quicker reaction on the part of defenders would have cleared the ball out of the box, but subsequently they did well. So paying too much respect to the French will get us in trouble. Not showing enough awareness and anticipation in our own final third will also get us in trouble as well. So but apart from that, I think then also continuing to persist with Mikel Obi as a central midfielder come playmaker. This boy cannot play that role. It is way above his pay grade. For the past decade or so, he plays as an anchor midfielder or a defensive midfielder.
And he comes here with turning.
Yes, it happens in some countries. I've seen players who play as strikers in their clubs, but when they come to their country, they are playing central defense. It does happen, exactly. But that is not Mikel Obi for. He can't do that anymore. So let him play. That is make it no spoil.
Containment strategy.
Just short passing. He's brilliant at that. Let somebody else do the playmaking.
Okay.
Because he has shown beyond reasonable doubt. I mean, the way he turned the ball over too many times against Argentina was almost criminal.
Okay. All right.